On today's episode of Phinside The NFL, the Miami Dolphins, they stand pat at the trade deadline despite aggressively trying to make a trade over the last 3 weeks. Was it a good decision? We will talk about that and so much more. Also, Terron Armstead, he did not request to be traded, and the decision was made to not trade Calais Campbell. Was it smart to not get assets for guys who may not even be here next year? Plus, did the Miami Dolphins waste not only Tua Tagovailoa's best game of the season, but maybe one of the best games of his career in their loss in Week 9 against the Bills? We'll dive into the All-22 and talk about it all. So do me the favor, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into this.
Under pressure, he's in trouble, loses the football, touchdown! Got it!
You have got to be kidding me.
Jalen Waddle has a Dolphin touchdown. And he will score!
Field down the near side, man open, touchdown!
The run from Tua Tagovailoa.
Touchdown!
He's going deep. He's got it for the touchdown again.
Tagovailoa trying to make up for it, fires to the end zone, touchdown!
Beautiful day to be a Dolphin fan.
Let's go!
What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and I welcome you into this episode powered by BetUS on this day. Today, the day where all of you down there in the South are making your decision, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Hey man, all I can say is if you believe in democracy, get out there and vote. I'm not here to judge people on who they vote for. You know, I'm up here in Canada. I'm not a fan of Justin Trudeau. If someone voted for Justin Trudeau doesn't mean I would like disown them as a friend or hate on them or anything like that. You know, that's freedom of choice that comes with it, right? So all I know is as a Canadian, like I said today, as a Canadian, I will sit back and I will watch everything go down. All right, because it's absolutely hilarious. As a Canadian, honestly, it's absolutely hilarious to watch everything go down the way it does. You know, I mean, people are ready to end friendships, families go to war, all over this kind of stuff. So, hey man, good luck to all of you. That's all I can say. Good luck to all of you. All right. Whether depending on who you vote for and who you don't. So, hey, it's your right. Go do it. So good luck to all of you tonight. I'll be watching from afar. It's always an interesting night. So, shout out to Ronnie. He's making his appearance. Been a minute. Haven't seen you in a while, bro. I don't really talk about, I'm not going to get into U.S. politics, you know what I mean? Because all that's going to do is divide people. I mean, it's, I'll be honest with you, you guys take it crazy out there. You guys are real nuts with the U.S. politics down there. You guys are ready to tear families apart over that. But he says rooting for the Dolphins is like having an ex-wife who keeps getting an alimony increase. Oh, man. So, listen, I do want to talk about a few things. Here's my issue. We'll talk about it when we get in the trade deadline stuff, but man, you really got to ask yourself, are they going to let it slide with that injury excuse? I saw, Jason and Lemony Crawdad talking earlier in the chat about whether the season was over or not. Let me put it into perspective. Only three teams in NFL history have started 2-6 and made the playoffs. The 2022 Jacksonville Jaguars, They finished out the season 9-8. The Commanders in 2020 made the playoffs at 7-9. And the 1970 Cincinnati Bengals finished 8-6. But guess what? None of those three teams were wild cards. The Jaguars at 9-8, the Commanders at 7-9, and the Bengals at 8-6. They won their divisions. So the Dolphins are trying to do something that has never been done before. No team has ever started 2-6 and made the playoffs as a wild card team. It's literally never happened. It's never happened. And Joseph says we got to beat the Rams first. We can't even think about the playoffs after we beat the Rams. I'm just putting it in perspective for people arguing in the chat right now about whether the season is over or not. Technically, is it over? No, we could probably afford one more loss. But when you look at the odds, they're not in this team's favor of making the playoffs. And with the way this defense is playing in the second half, I'm expecting Kyron Williams to run for 120 yards and Kupp and Puka Nacua to put up 200 yards between the two of them. I'm expecting Tyler Higbee to have a breakout game in the second half of the Rams game at the way this defense is playing right now. Let's be honest with ourselves. So when you put in things into perspective and you look at the history of the league, it's really not a good chance that the Miami Dolphins make the playoffs. I agree 110%. A legitimate backup quarterback, and this could have looked different 110%. And let's be honest, since we've got our quarterback back, if that defense was playing like how it was when we had those illegitimate backup quarterbacks, we could have won the last two games. You know, I saw Chris Perkins out here. And these people who are trying to put this they're trying to put this loss on the offense. How can you sit there and excuse a defense that did not get a stop from over 11 minutes left in the second quarter and beyond? Like I said on yesterday's show, do the math. That tells you they went 41 minutes plus of a 60-minute game without making a stop. And you're going to just excuse that? See, what's crazy is for the offense, they won't let the injuries excuse work. But for the defense, they're trying to use the injury excuse. So, I mean, listen, we still got Ramsey out there making plays. The problem was, I'll do you one better, Jim. Didn't have a legitimate backup quarterback. Greer's hit on Brewer. He's hit on Calais Campbell. He's hit on Kendall Fuller. Where he really whiffed was with the two safeties. And it cost us. So, that's what really hurt us. Dude, I like how you can go. Like, listen, if you think about it, we recovered from the fumble offensively. Tua kept answering touchdowns. They got up 2013, Tua answers with a touchdown. They get up 27-20, Tua answers with a touchdown on a great drive and a great final play, might I add. Defense had them stopped. It wasn't, and I see people even trying to blame Chop for his neutral zone infraction. Oh, it changes the way the team is. Brother, 3rd and 9, Josh Allen bombed it deep to Keon Coleman. You know what's crazy? That was Cam Smith's best play since he's been starting over the last couple weeks. If you go look at that final play, Keon Coleman wasn't making the catch. Poyer didn't even need to lay the lumber. Cam Smith made the play, ran stride for stride with Keon Coleman, got his hand up and broke it up. That's what's crazy about this. Jordan Poyer goes into straight business for himself. Josh Allen on the 21-yard touchdown that was nullified by the hold. Poyer runs right by him, goes into business with himself. Jordan Poyer leads with his helmet on a play Cam Smith broke up and was going to get Buffalo off the field and give us like 40, 50 seconds with the ball to potentially get a game-winning field goal. Poyer takes a penalty, ends up, we can't dig ourselves out of that hole, we lose. I'm not even going to get into the Mac Hollins spotted his own football after his 4-yard reception, and there should have been a penalty for a delay of game or a 10-second runoff. I'm not even going to get into that. And then Jordan Poyer, after going into business on an Allen play where he could have lit him up like a Christmas tree, and then making the biggest error you can when we could have got a 3 and out and got off the field, finally they would have got a stop. You decide after the game that you're going to go sit down and have some laughs with the Bills players. Are you kidding me right now? Buddy, I'm telling you, man, he would have woke up Monday morning. Never mind woke up Monday morning. He would have walked into the back after he's done chatting it up with his Buffalo boys. Buddy, the pink slip would have been sitting in his locker like, you know, he's a player that just got cut from a Major League Baseball team in spring training. That thing would have been sitting there. As soon as you open his locker, pink slip in the face. And Marcus May, oh boy, he's been awful too. Oh boy. Now again, another key tackle missed by Marcus May. Last week, 3rd and 4, misses a key tackle that would have forced the field goal earlier than it was for Arizona. We would have got the ball back with around a minute left. Unbelievable, man. And you know that play where Allen scored the touchdown on that little toss to Quentin Morris where he like faked the handoff, bootlegged out to his right? Who do you think had him squared up and dead to rights? Marcus May. But Josh Allen sidestepped him. May whiffs on another tackle. Ogba, if you watch Ogba in slow motion, everyone thinks May's got him dead to rights and he's about to get sacked. But instead, May misses the tackle. Ogba, you can see Ogba's body reaction, like, oh shit. And he tries to shift and make a play on it, but this guy just flips it over to Quentin Morris. Like, geez Louise. We'll see it in the film when we get into the film here. But my God, you got jabronis named Quentin Morris I never even heard of scoring against you because Marcus May's screwing up. Absolutely ridiculous. Hurts, man. Hurts. Let's get into everything. Let's get into the trade deadline talk. Let's get into all of that. All right. But before we do, as mentioned, this episode, it is brought to you by BetUS. Head on over to BetUS right now. Use promo code YouTube150. That's YouTube150. Get your first 3 deposits matched by 150% up to $2,000. All right. Some of the quickest payouts in the industry. 24/7 customer service. Right now, they got the Rams as 1.5-point underdogs. I'm going to take the Dolphins in prime time. And I'm going to take them on the money line too. I will take the under 51 though. All right. I will take that. And all you go is you can go over to the right side, place your bets and let them rip. So go use betus.com right now. Promo code YouTube150 and get your first 3 deposits matched by 150% up to $2,000. Just remember, please gamble responsibly. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the episode. I appreciate it. So let's talk about it. The elephant in the room. The Dolphins did not make a trade before the 4 p.m. trade deadline, so we can all carry on. But there's a lot to talk about this. Okay? I know they were trying to make a trade. We already heard what Drew Rosenhaus said, that they've been actively and aggressively trying to make a trade for the last 3 weeks. I know from what I heard, they were trying to add an edge rusher. From my understanding, they were looking to try and add an edge rusher. Now, obviously, that didn't work out. There were some edge rushers that were traded before the deadline. Baron Browning, he was traded. On top of that, Zadarius Smith got traded today, right? I believe it was Zadarius Smith. He got traded to the Detroit Lions, and I want to say, if I'm trying to remember so it's Zadarius Smith and a 2026 7th went to Detroit for 2025 5th and a 2026 6th. So the asking prices weren't too ridiculous today. Marshawn Lattimore got traded today. Tre'Davious White got traded today. Tre'Davious White, he went from the Rams to the Ravens. They've been trying to move him for a while. The Steelers traded for a pass rusher and Preston Smith today. Marshawn Lattimore, he was traded today. And he went for, like I said, he went for a decent package. Actually, I think he went for the best package today out of everyone who was made available, I want to say. So, and then Jonathan Mingo got traded for like a 4th rounder? Like, Jesus Lord. Oh my God. Mike Williams, the Jets traded Mike Williams to the Steelers today for a 5th rounder. But Marshawn Lattimore, the Saints got a 3rd, a 4th, and a 6th. Commanders got Marshawn Lattimore and a 5th. So the Dolphins, they don't make any moves today. Now, here's the conversation that needs to be had. We know they were aggressively, just from what Drew Rosenhaus said, they were like, you don't even got to know anything privately to know publicly they were trying to make a move. So what happened? Did Stephen Ross step in and say, yeah, I don't think so today, Junior, with Chris Greer? You know? Jordan Phillips got released today too by the Cowboys. But it's interesting. All I know is they were trying to add pass rush help. That's all I know. I didn't hear anything about an offensive lineman or nothing. I heard pass rush help. Obviously, we'll never know because they didn't make a move. But what my question is now is, okay, first of all, did Ross kibosh anything and say, no, I don't want you trading assets? And or if he didn't, was Greer just not able to make a deal? And if he was given, and the reason why that matters is if he was given the okay to try and make a deal, does that mean Greer and McDaniel are running it back next year? Yeah, the Bengals got Khalil Herbert from Chicago too as well. But that's the thing that I'm asking here. Okay, that's why it matters. Did Ross step in and say, no, you're not using any assets? Or did Ross give him full leeway to use all assets and he just couldn't make a trade? Because if that's the case, does that mean he's going to be back next year? Because if you say, you know what, I want you to stand pat, I don't want you using any assets, then we could say, okay, Ross has either made a decision or he's letting the season play out and he'll make a decision, and it ain't looking good for Greer. But if he said to Greer, hey, make any deal you can make, then all of a sudden that makes me think that Greer's going to be running it back and they're going to use the injury excuse. They pulled the injury excuse card on the offense, and now it seems like they're going to try and use it on both the offense and the defense. So it's one of the two. So, I don't know. I got a weird feeling that Omar and what he said on this podcast a couple weeks ago is going to be 110% right. And they're going to use the injury excuse and they're going to run it back. They already told us publicly how much they believe in this core. We know they were trying to add someone, so that tells you how much they truly believe in this core. I don't know. Will they, though, or will we just repeat the cycle all over again? You know, and I see Zoe Vegas, he's saying, yes, they're running it back. Otherwise, Greer would have been gone by now. Maybe that's not necessarily true. Remember, when they canned Flores, they canned him on Black Monday. But then we already knew that they had made the decision in October to get rid of him. So they made the decision after like the 1-7 start. But they decided to ride the rest of the season out. Right? And then we went 8-1 over our last 9. And that still wasn't good enough. They still canned him. So, you know, and you know what? They might turn around and say, listen, if our defense wasn't so banged up, we probably finished those games in Arizona and Buffalo. That's what they're going to say. 110%. It's just, was that the right move in the long run? We're going to find out. Adam Beasley came out with this article. Dolphins weren't sellers at the trade deadline. Time will tell if the call was right. Say this for the Miami Dolphins bosses, Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer. They usually do what they say. The NFL trade deadline was one of those times. Mike McDaniel on Monday signaled that the Dolphins weren't going to be sellers and didn't have any deals close to making them buyers. And that is exactly how it played out a day later as the Dolphins stood pat as a 4 p.m. trade deadline passed. The Dolphins doubled down on their existing expensive core despite losses in 6 of their last 7 games and 1 in 9 chance of making the playoffs per PFN's playoff predictor and a tight salary cap situation in 2025. If there was ever a team primed to unload some contracts, it's the 2024 Dolphins. They are tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the NFL's oldest roster and are on track to not get much younger in 2025. And yet, they didn't even seriously consider moving off of big names like Armstead and Calais Campbell, who are in the final acts of their excellent careers. We're not very far off, Emmanuel Ogba said Tuesday. We just got to keep fighting, and like I said, it's still a long season left to play, so we've just got to keep working and keep one foot down and just keep putting in the work and not let us stuff slow us down. Don't let no distractions happen. Like I said, it's still a long season. We just got to keep coming together, playing our best. Unfortunately, the best might not be good enough. The Dolphins need at least 7 and maybe 8 wins over the final 9 weeks to get into the playoffs, which is a monumental task considering they've lost 6 of the first 8. At this point, the Dolphins are likely to be drafting the top 10, more likely to be drafting the top 10 than playing in mid-January. They're tied with 8 other teams with the fewest wins on the season. So if they rebound and win 5 of their last 9, they'll probably end up with roughly the 13th pick in the NFL draft. Players that likely fit their needs are expected to go in that range are Nick Scarton, James Pierce Jr., and Michael Williams. Offensive tackles Will Campbell and Kelvin Banks, and Mason Graham. Mason Graham will go higher than 13, and Kenneth Grant. But the fact we're even discussing these names nearly 6 months out illustrates just how bad things have gone for the Miami Dolphins in the first 2 months of the season. I mean, we're going to know. That's the thing. Like, they believe in this core. These guys really believe they can go on some kind of run from all the way from management down to the coaching staff, down to the players. But if this season, if you only end up winning 5, 6, 7 games this season, they're going to look back and they're going to wish they got more assets. So, I don't know. It's you're going to see what, like, if Calais Campbell decides he wants to come back, if Terron Armstead, who's playing at a really high level right now, says, hey, man, I can stay healthy, I'll come back and play another year, okay, then it makes sense not to move off of some of these guys. But if you're going to lose guys for free, it's like I brought up Javon Holland as a sell option. If you got no intention of coming into Javon Holland's asking price, all right, and we know athletes first don't take discounts, and we know he's looking for around Antoine Winfield Jr. money, which is like $20 million a year. If your intention isn't to re-sign him, then trade him, get an asset instead of waiting to see what a comp pick turns out to be, especially for a guy who's had injury issues the last couple of years. I'm not advocating for Javon Holland. I'd hold on to him, but okay, you want a guy. Why did you hold on to Jeff Wilson Jr.? What good is Jeff Wilson Jr. doing on this roster right now? Instead of taking up a space on the inactive list every week. So 2 names teams inquired about were Calais Campbell and Terron Armstead. And Terron Armstead here, veteran tackle Terron Armstead, happy to stay with Dolphins at trade deadline. Miami Dolphins left tackle Terron Armstead would have ample reason to request a trade from the team at Tuesday's deadline. He's 33 years old, and although he's as healthy as he's been in recent memory, the 5-time Pro Bowl selection contemplated retirement ahead of his 2024 season for ultimately deciding to come back to the Dolphins for a 12th campaign and 3rd in Miami. But the season hasn't gone as expected. The Dolphins, 2-6, have lost 6 of the last 7 games to dig themselves into a deep hole toward making the playoffs in the AFC. What could be Armstead's final chance to compete with our Super Bowl has its chances of contending diminishing. But as Miami was quiet at the deadline Tuesday, Armstead is content to see it through with these Dolphins, who visit the Rams for an upcoming Monday night battle at SoFi Stadium. He said Tuesday he has not approached the Dolphins front office asking to get moved to a team in a better position. I'm here, Armstead said during a web conference with reporters Tuesday before the 4 p.m. trade deadline. We're locked in trying to win this game Monday night. That's it. I haven't thought about anything else. At 2-6 and coming off a crushing last-second loss with the Dolphins, competed until the end with the heavily favored Bills and Buffalo, Armstead remains confident in a second-half turnaround. No reason not to be, he said. We feel like we can beat anybody. We haven't had those results, but the way that I am and the way that we are as a team, we're going all in. Put in all the time, effort, energy, and preparation to win this next game. That's the only way to get it done. You're not going to just fall into a win. So we go out there and try to get one. Do everything we can to get this one, and we can start worrying about the next. But now we're full of belief. There's nothing else. Armstead has been sensational this season, rated as the NFL's #1 left tackle by PFF. He has anchored an offensive line that has been paving holes in the running game for at least 149 rushing yards in each of the Dolphins' past 4 games. Last Sunday against Buffalo, Tagovialoa was also kept clean, only sacked once on a first quarter play in which he dropped a snap. No, we'll watch the All-22. The Austin Jackson blew his assignment. Dolphins outside linebacker Manuel Ogbah has been playing through a minor tear in his biceps, as Anthony Weaver revealed last week. He said he's not something that's hindering him on game day. It's definitely sustainable, Ogbah said. It's just one of those injuries that needs time to heal, but unfortunately we don't have time to let it rest. I'm still doing my job. I'm just doing what I can right now. Ogbah said surgery is not required for the ailment. He added that there aren't any functional motions on the field he can't make due to the recovering injury, but more about managing pain. I've played through pain damn near my whole career, Ogbah said. It's definitely just dealing with the pain. I think that's the hardest part about it. But other than that, all my emotions are good. I'm kind of just fighting through. In football, at the end of the day, you got to fight through. And Brooks takes blame. Dolphins inside linebacker Jordan Brooks took blame for the 63-yard touchdown the Bills scored on the Miami defense in the third quarter Sunday. He said he's supposed to have Buffalo running back Ray Davis, who took a short pass with open field in front of him and broke a tackle attempt by Marcus May to score. I put that one on me. I'm having to take the back, Brooks said Tuesday. We were in man coverage, having the back and tight end with inside linebackers. Just miscommunication on my part. I went back to our guys and that's on me. Got it handled on the sideline. That's something that we got to be better at this week, speaking on myself. Brooks said overall that was a good move for the Dolphins to switch Anthony Walker into the starting lineup for David Long against the Bills. It's been a good transition, Brooks said. Walk came in, played great, communicated well for us. Everything got settled down for us. Not good when you have your linebacking partner basically saying, hey, we made a good move replacing you. I'll say that one. Not great. not too great for the outlook of for not too great on the outlook of Brooks's thoughts on David Long's play recently. That's for sure. Ogba playing through a tear. Let's just hope that doesn't get worse. And then Armstead. You know what? I really think if Armstead stays healthy, continues to play at this level, I really think they're going to offer him another shot. I think they'll bring him back for another year. I really do. The Dolphins, they went out and added a long snapper after they used up all of the available elevations on Overton. So the Dolphins signed Tucker Addington to the practice squad, and he will be elevated and serve as the team's long snapper on Monday against the Rams. The Dolphins made no commitment beyond that to Addington, who drew interest from two other teams this week. Blake Ferguson, who has been the Dolphins' long snapper since 2020, has been on the reserve non-football illness list and is eligible to return after the Rams game. The Dolphins bring him back this season. He would be the fourth of 8 permitted players allowed to return off injured reserve following Tagovialoa, Smith, and Craycraft, who could be activated this week. Linebacker Bradley Chubb, who's on the physically unable to perform list, would not count towards those 8 if he returns this season, which Mike McDaniel said he expects. Addington, a Sam Houston State alum, has appeared in 7 NFL games for New England and Washington. So there you go. We did make a move today. Look at that. We got a long snapper. Look at us getting all fancy. Gotta love it. I mean, I guess, you know, what else are you going to say? I guess Overton actually did a decent job, to be honest with you. I'm just saying. So let's get into the film. We got some all-22 here. Let's look at, man, Tua made some throws, I tell you. Whew. Tua made some throws. So let's get into the film. Did the Miami Dolphins waste not only Tua's best game against the Bills, but one of the best games of his career? So, getting into it here. All right, we've got nothing. Dolphins' first drive of the game. 1st and 10 after a 7-yard Achane run and 6-yard completion to Tyreek starts the drive. You got 2 in the pistol, 1x2 receiver set, 11 personnel for Miami. Cover 6, 2, I believe it's 2-4 here. Let me play it out. Yeah, 2-4 for Buffalo. Tua mishandles the snap here, but watch the right tackle. Watch Austin Jackson. Watch Greg Russo just easily swipes his hands and hits him with a swim over, and he instantly penetrates the pocket to sack Tua. Watch. Instantly. Boom. Right in. Arm over. Just instantaneous. Brutal job by Austin Jackson. Loss of 7. Look at Bobble, but he's already over. He's already beat. What's Tua going to do there? Throw it away? Maybe you might have time. But I mean, I believe what was the next gen stat? Russo got there in like just 3 seconds, I want to say. But I mean, you watch this move here. I mean, it's not good. Look at it. Just comes out and boom. Come on, man. Come on. Not good. Loss of 7. Miami would punt a few plays later. So Miami's second drive after the Bills got a field goal to go up 3-0. 3rd and 11 after a 4-yard Moser run was followed up by a Smythe false start and then a right run that went nowhere. 2 in the gun, Moser to his left. 2x2 receiver set, 11 personnel for Miami. Bills again show cover 6 here. You got 4-2 with Malik Washington's going to motion to the left from the top there. And watch Tua. He's going to start his progression with Tyreek's post. And then he's going to move down to Mostert on the stab route, who gets fantastic blocking from Malik and Jonnu. Look at Malik and Jonnu right here. Kind of running a mesh point. Boom. And look at them. Clear it out. Great stuff. Right up the middle for Mostert. Beautiful stuff from Malik. Malik did a fantastic job blocking this game. But again, watch the middle of the field. That's where you see Jonnu and Malik come across. And they'll open it wide open for Raheem Mostert. I just love the blocking here. Tua didn't force the post to Tyreek. Took what the D gave him. Boom. Look at that. Good stuff. Dolphins would finish this drive off with a field goal to make it 3-3. So now We got Buffalo's next drive after the Miami field goal. 1st and 10 as Buffalo has driven 59 yards in 7 plays to the Miami 11. Josh Allen under center. James Cook is his single back. Buffalo is heavy to the left in 13 personnel with one wide receiver split to the right. Cover 0 for Miami on this play. If you watch to the right here, you got Ramsey lined up against Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman's going to run a quick slant. Josh Allen's going to throw an absolute bullet. Ball will pop up, bobble in the air. Ramsey makes a huge pick. Great play by Ramsey right there. Come on. Just gets up, gets the hand in there, and takes it away. What a play by Jalen Ramsey. But Allen made the throw. Now, it was a little bit of a bullet, and that's why it popped up. But, yeah. Oh, that was a walk-in touchdown. You saw even Allen jumping in the background. So, this is the next Miami drive after the Ramsey interception. 2nd and 10 after a Moser run went nowhere. 2 under center, I formation for Miami, 1-by-1 receiver set, 21 personnel. Buffalo will drop to cover 2 with the Smythe motion to the right side. It's a dive up the middle. And Moser's going to take the handoff. But watch the combo block by Eichenberg and Jackson and the league block by Ingold. Moser's going to hit the hole behind them and pick up a much-needed 16. It'll move the sticks and give Miami breathing room after being backed up to the end zone. This is great stuff here. Again, watch this right here. Watch the combo block by Eichenberg and Jackson on the right and Ingold. They'll shift to the left, down blocking, and there you go. Look at that. Great stuff. Moser makes himself skinny enough to get through the hole. Big gain. Needed that. Same drive after 2 Moser rushes, 1 for 12 and 1 for -1. Followed up the 16-yard run. 2nd and 11, 2 in the gun. Moser to his right, 3 receivers to the left, 11 personnel for Miami. Cover 2 for Buffalo initially, but they'll bail to cover 6-4-2. It's a very creative screen here. So what you're going to see are all the wide receivers are going to get sent on deep routes to pull the defense back. But then watch Jonnu. He's in line to the right. He's in the 3-point stance right there. Jonnu, Jackson, and Brewer will break off their blocks into open space. And Tua flashes his ball handling skills with a nice flip. Look at that. Boom. Flip to Jonnu. He's up. Gets some good blocking. Jackson kind of whiffed on his block. But Jonnu picks up 10. It's a nice call. Good execution. Innovative. Love it. Jackson's got to lay a better block there, though. Let's be honest. Come on, buddy. So now, it's 8 plays and 1 false start later. Miami's at 1st and goal on the Buffalo 14. 2 in the gun, Achane to his left. 1-by-3 receiver set. 11 personnel for Miami. Cover 6, 2-4 for the Bills. And Tua is going to take Achane out of the backfield on the screen. It's quicker than a hiccup. Brewer is late because of how quick Achane is. He's just so shifty and smart in the open field. Look at that. And you really watch it. Watch this. Achane sucks the defense in the middle of the field and then kicks it out to the right and walks in for 6. Look at everyone sucks into the middle. Boom. Kicks it out right. 10-3 after the extra point for the Dolphins. Great run by Achane. Just so explosive. Love him. Next Bills drive after Miami made it 10-3. 1st and 20 after Chop Robinson finally drew a holding flag against an offensive lineman after they've been getting away with them for weeks. Let's all watch Jordan Poyer make a business decision together, shall we? Who wants to watch Jordan Poyer make a business decision? Let's go. So, Josh Allen in the gun, James Cook to his right, 3-by-1 receiver set, 11 personnel from Buffalo. Miami shows cover 6-4-2, but dropped to a 3-1 cloud look with the Kincaid motion. Ogba's going to force Josh Allen on the pocket. He takes off. He's going to take off up the middle and watch Poyer. Watch Poyer, 21 with the orange gloves. Right now he's at the 3-yard line. Watch. Flip his hips back. Look at this. Look at this. How do you not... Come on, bro. You're taking the angle. You should be meeting him at the 3 or the 4, and you should be cleaning his clock. Watch this. Oh. Come on. Give me a break, Jordan. He did give him a little shoulder shrug. Watch this. Shoulder shrug. Look at this. Give me a break. Thank God it was nullified by a Torrance hold. Or this would have been 6. Buffalo would settle for 3 to make it 10-6. But look at this. Look at this. 21 should be coming downhill and murdering 17. Give me a break. This guy, watch this guy. This is the effort we get on a tackle. Not even a reach out and use your hand. Not even a reach out and use your hand. We get this. Look at this. This little shoulder. What is this? The shoulder tap. The shoulder nudge. Give me a break, Jordan Poyer. Get off my team, sir. Get off my team. Seriously. Anthony Weaver needs to send a message. Like I said, Buffalo settles for 3. So we're in the second half now. Miami Dolphins first drive, 1st and 10. After a 7-yard Mostert run and then a 15-yard catch and run by Mostert. 2 under center, I formation, 1-by-1 receiver set. 21 personnel for Miami. Cover 1 for Buffalo. And this is just a toss to the right to Mostert. Look at the blocking he gets on the side. It's great. But he's not focused on ball security. Ingold clears out. Smythe clears out. Look at the blocking he's getting. But what's going to happen here is Terron Johnson, who number 30, Ingold is blocking right now, is going to disengage, trail, and peanut punch the ball out. Look. Boom. Come on, Mostert. Buffalo recovers, would score a touchdown on the ensuing drive. Tyler Bass would miss the extra point, so it'd make it 12-10. And we were driving, man. Look at Ingold, 2 blocks. Oh, my God, Mostert. Unbelievable. So, 12-10. Buffalo after Mostert fumble and the Mac Hollins touchdown from Josh Allen, where Bass missed the extra point. 1st and 10. 2 in the gun. Achane to his right. You see Johnny motions to the right. 1-by-2 receiver set. 21 personnel for Miami. Buffalo in cover 6, 2-4. Watch this. Tua's going to watch this play. Tua's going to fake the handoff, start his progressions to the left side of the field, stay firm in the pocket, and come back to Jonnu on the crosser with a dart for 15. Look, starts to the left. Look at where he's looking. Left side, bottom half of the field. Looks it, comes through, steps up, boom. Don't ever tell me Tua is a one-read quarterback, doesn't go through his progression, and can't throw it when he sees it, because he throws it when he sees it to Jonnu on this one. Great recognition, because what he recognizes is this. Watch Waddle. See Waddle in the middle there, okay? See 7 to his right. 7 to his right is going to bail to Achane on the underneath route. Tua sees that and knows because he does that, that's open. And look at how tight that window is. Look at the receiver trailing Jonnu. I mean, when you look at the recognition of this play and you look at the totality, look at Terron Johnson right now, the nickel, number 7 right there. Okay? He's watching Tua, but he's looking at Achane too. He's got to look at it. He makes the false step towards Achane. He doesn't know Jonnu's behind him. That little window opened up the throw, and Tua makes it with another corner in coverage. That is keyhole accuracy. That is anticipation. That is eye manipulation. He moved that defender with his eyes. Great stuff. Same drive. 4 plays after the Jonnu first down, gained 11 yards, and Buffalo took an offside penalty. 2nd and 6 at the Buffalo 39. 2 in the gun. You got Jalen Wright to his left because Mostert didn't see a ton of carries. He only saw 1 or 2 snaps after the fumble. Right to his left, 2-by-2 receiver set, 12 personnel for Miami. Buffalo shows cover 3. Watch this. So Tyreek is at the bottom of your screen at the 40. He's going to run an out and up. That's number 5, Kerry Elam from Florida, from the former Gator. He absolutely bites on the out route. He gets destroyed by this route. And Tua recognizes it. And he throws it up back shoulder for a 28-yard reception. Watch this. See Buffalo, the cover 3 right there. Look at it. He's got his back turned, and then now he bites. See, now he bites. Now he's crashing on it. Wrong move. He's by you. Now, a lot of controversy over this, and I'll tell you what the controversy is. A lot of people think the safety over top. Listen, that safety over top has the angle. If you look at the safety's angle, DeMar Hamlin at the 10, he's got the angle to cut him off and stop him around the 8 to 10 yard line. All right? Now, Tua, after the throw, he kind of threw his arms up and looked pissed. I'll explain. Tua pumped on this. And I think Tua is mad that he pump faked because he feels if he got the ball out earlier, Tyreek would have had the sideline and he could have led him with it. Watch here. Watch Tua. Watch Tua. Ready? Pump. That's what the problem was. He didn't want to pump. He realized that that was his issue. That's why he threw it back shoulder, because of the safety over top. But I think he was beating himself up here because he's like, if I don't pump and I lead him up that sideline, he's probably got it. You see the pump really big here. I think that's what he was mad at. He didn't want to pump. He thinks I should have just released it. So, hey, the Miami Dolphins, great throw and great catch. The Miami Dolphins would then add a field goal and take the 13-12 lead back a few plays later. But I do think Tua was mad that he sold the pump. I think he just wanted to get it out. And I don't think he wanted to put the ball in harm's way. And that's why he didn't see him throwing it over the inside inside shoulder. That's why he back shouldered it to the outside shoulder towards the sideline. Because I think he didn't like the safety over top. Anyways, Buffalo's next drive after Miami took the lead back, 2nd and 3, Josh Allen in the gun, Ray Davis to his right, 1-by-1 receiver set, 12 personnel for Buffalo, cover 3 for Miami here. Ramsey's going to bail with Matt Collins as Buffalo is running a mesh concept, and that's where you're going to see Jordan Brooks get caught up too, is in the mesh, right? He's caught up in the mesh. Look at the mesh with Keon Coleman and Matt Collins. That opens up Ray Davis to that right side. Okay, Brooks, you want to take responsibility? That's cool. Brooks, you can only take responsibility for the first, what are we talking here? What, 20 yards? Like, look at this. Marcus May is at the 44.5-yard line right now of the Miami Dolphins. You've got that long to square this guy up and make the tackle. Look, are you kidding me? That's the tackle effort we get from Marcus May? And this ain't going to be the only bad one. Don't worry. I got another key one too. Look at this. Look at how much time you got to line him up where Marcus May is. Look at this. Square him up, bro. That's the effort we get. Give me a break. One of the weakest tackle attempts you'll ever see. Instead of being down at the Miami 43, Davis has gone for a 63-yard touchdown. Absolutely pathetic. Buffalo would convert the 2-point conversion 2013. So next Dolphins drive. 1st and 10 after a 5-yard and 7-yard runs from right to start this drive off. 2 in the gun, Achane to his left, 1-by-3 receiver set, 11 personnel for Miami. Buffalo shows cover 6, 4-2. What a throw by Tua here, huh? What a throw. Unbelievable. The eye manipulation and anticipation is real. If you watch him, he's going to slide his head on the left to from Jonnu on the left to Waddle on the short in. And then the linebackers, because you got Waddle at the top of your screen, you got Jonnu at the bottom. He's going to start off reading Jonnu. Then he's going to shift to Waddle on the in. And watch what that does. It sucks all the linebackers up and opens up Tyreek. Like, unbelievable. You really appreciate this throw from the goalpost view. Oh, sorry. Malik Washington's in, not Waddle's in. But look at that throw. Boom. Now, this is where you'll appreciate it. But if you watch it, you got to watch to get the full experience here. Watch Malik Washington at this top. His in is going to draw the 2 linebackers in the middle to take false steps. And the anticipation and eye manipulation, because Tua manipulates those middle linebackers with his eyes, thinking he's going to that in. And they bite. Right? Here. See, they start to bite. 42 bites, and it's over. They got him. Tua got him. Now, this is where you'll really appreciate it. Right here. First of all, and also look at how firm Tua Tagovailoa stands in the pocket. He takes a big hit here. Watch this. You really appreciate the eye manipulation. Watch the linebackers. Look, it starts to the left. He's reading Jonnu. Flips back. Look at that slight. Look at. Caught him. See? He's not looking at Hill here. That's towards Malik's in. He's looking at Malik's in. So 43 lets Hill go over the middle. And look at, he doesn't reset his bottom half. He keeps his bottom half towards the right side of the field, uses all of his upper body, and boom. What a throw. And look at the hit he took. In real time, I'll play it back. Watch Tua and the hit he takes. Tua takes a hit here too. Look, boom. Money. Absolute money with the eye manipulation and the anticipation. Unbelievable stuff. Love it. That's the stuff you love to see, man. Same drive. 5 plays later. First and goal from the Buffalo 8. 2 in the pistol with HN. 1-by-1 receiver set. 21 personnel for Miami. Cover 1 for Buffalo. Ingold, he's going to motion inside. HN is going to get it wide outside. Great blocking. And look at AJ. AJ, it's not clean or pretty, but he does enough to get his body in front of his man. Liam holds his block. John clears out his man. Tyreek does a good job. Aaron Brewer is really the only one who got disengaged, but he'd already done enough for HN to have a better angle than the defender, so HN could take it in for 6. But, I mean, you look at the pop on Rapp. Did you see the pop on Rapp? Look at Rapp's head. Look at number 9. Look at his head from the pop Brewer gives him. When he gets to the second level, boom. Did enough to get him off kilter, and boom. Walked in. So there you go, 20-20 after the extra point. So now, Buffalo's drive following the 8-chan touchdown. Second and goal on the Miami 2 after the Bills went 68 yards on 9 plays. Allen under center. Ray Davis is a single back. Heavy 13 personnel package. They got a 6th lineman on here to the left side. Miami in cover 0. Watch this. Allen's going to sell the handoff, as did the formation really here, that the run was coming. He's going to bootleg to his right. And look at the top, pointing off the right edge, that's Marcus May. Marcus May is once again, look at, fakes the handoff. He's got him dead to rights. Dead to rights, Marcus. Look at, watch Ogba. Ogba 91 leaking out. He'll actually slow down because he thinks Marcus is going to finish it. Look at, slows down. Then he's like, oh crap. Come on. Deshaun Hand gets there a hair too late. Number 90 makes the hit on Josh Allen, but it's too late. Like, Marcus May is just, these are, you look at the Kyler, 3rd and 4 that converted and let them eat out the clock against us. He had 1-on-1 with Kyler, he whiffed. You've got the Ray Davis open field tackle he whiffed on earlier that cost a 63-yard touchdown. And now this that causes a touchdown. Give me a break, Marcus. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. This play should have been a negative, but instead, May's poor tackling bites them in the ass again. 27-20 Bills. Unbelievable. You want to hold, listen, Greer's hit on Brewer, Calais, a lot of free agents, but with Poyer and May, it has not been good, especially considering what Brandon Jones and Deshaun Elliott are doing this year, which is playing a lot better than our options. So next Dolphins drive after the Bills take the lead back, 1st and 10. 2 in the gun, HN to his left. 3-by-1 receiver set, 11 personnel for Miami. Buffalo's in cover 6. 4-2. HN takes the handoff, and he'll cut it back to the B gap as Robert Jones, Aaron Brewer, and Armstead create a big lane here. Great run and vision. Look at that lane. What a great job. 12-yard gain. Good job here by the offensive line. Great job. Nothing really Robert Jones could do there. The guy just got off his block. Good stuff. All right. Now, 7 plays later, Miami's at the Buffalo 23 on 2nd and 10. Watch Tua here. He's going to go through all of his progressions and take what the defense gives him, and it pays off. Tua's in the pistol with Achane. 1 receiver to the left, 2 stacked to the right, 12 personnel. Buffalo will shift to cover 6, 2-4, right at the snap. Tua's going to start off to the right, and he's not going to like what he sees on that field. He's going to come back. Look, it doesn't like it. Comes back. Now he's coming back to Jonnu over the middle of the field, right? But it's a short gain. And then he's going to flip to the left, sees Achane, and boom. But there's another layer to this. It's a nice 18-yard gain. What does Tua notice? All right. This is a good post-snap process and read. He notices... Okay, so he starts off to the right, doesn't like his looks. Comes back to the middle. What does he notice when he looks here? The defender has bailed with Waddle, leaving that whole left side, the flats, and an early gain vacated. So it's money, and he knows that the linebacker's got to crash and doesn't have the angle. And it's actually Terron Johnson, the nickelback. So that is a great read. Great job of processing the defense post-snap and great recognition. I mean, watch his head. Starts to the right, comes back middle, sees it. I mean, that's just really smart stuff from Tua Tagovailoa. Seeing the field really well, man. He was on point. 3 of his incompletions. He only had 3 incompletions this day. 1 was a pass that he hit Tyreek in the chest, but a defender got a hand in there. And the other 2 were throwaways. Tua was on the money in this game. So 2nd and goal after the big Achane gain was followed by a run for a loss of 2 yards that pushed them back to the Buffalo 7. 2 in the gun, Achane wide left in the backfield. 2 receivers stacked to each side. 11 personnel for Miami. Cover 6, 2-4 for Buffalo. Tua's going to look in the direction. He's going to start to the left, and he's going to look in the direction of Tyreek and Waddle off the snap, hoping a rub will open up one of them, but it doesn't. So what he does is... smart play by Waddle. Waddle's going to start extending his route across the end zone as Tua steps up. Look at what happens. Look at what's happening. Jonnu. A smart play by Jonnu. See, Jonnu's at the top of his route here. Jonnu says, okay, I'll extend too. And he ends up rubbing out the defenders and opens up Waddle. Great play by Waddle. Great play by Tua. Great play by Jonnu. What a play to tie the game. Just what a play. Let's run this back in full speed from the broadcast view. When you watch everything now. Watch Jonnu. Watch Waddle. Watch Tua. Look at it. It's going through. Doesn't like it. Steps up. Jonnu creates the... That's good stuff right there. 27-27, baby. Good stuff from Uno. Good stuff from the offense. That is like really smart football. Boom. What a throw. Money in the bank. Shorty, what you drank. All right. Bills get the ball back. 1st and 10. Allen in the gun with Cook to his left. 2x2 receiver set. 11 personnel for Buffalo. Miami is in quarters. Chop Robinson, you see right here at the bottom of your screen. He's just going to bull rush Dion Dawkins, put him on his heels. He's going to disengage as Allen steps up. He's going to wrap him in his Chop's first career sack in a big moment too. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Get him, Chop. Chop feels it, baby. Let's go. And he didn't even do the Chop celebration. He just said, give me my sack. Look at that. Boom. Bull rush. Nice job of converting speed to power by Chop. Really nice job. All right. 3rd and 9 after Chop took a neutral zone infraction following an incompletion to Kincaid. Allen in the gun. Ray Davis to his left. 1x3 receiver set here. 11 personnel for Buffalo. Miami in quarters. And Cam Smith has his best play since his return so far. He's going to stay with Keon Coleman stride for stride at the bottom of your screen here. He's going to force the incompletion for the 3-and-out, but good old Jordan Poyer goes high, leading with the helmet, is flagged for unnecessary roughness. Watch Cam Smith here. Stride for stride. Look it. Keeps him to the outside, makes the play, turns his head, makes the play. Incompletion. And Buffalo would then march down and score the game-winning 61-yard field goal to win 30-27. Look at Cam. Great play by Cam. Look at it. Great play at the ball point. At the catch point. And thank you, Jordan Poyer, for costing us the game. What else can you say? I mean, our safeties alone. Marcus May whiffs on a 63-yard tackle. Whiffs on the negative play to erase a 2-yard touchdown. 2 touchdowns Marcus May could have prevented in this game alone. Jordan Poyer, we're getting off the field on a 3-and-out. Not according to Jordan Poyer. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. I mean, that was Tua when you watch it. Tua was taking, if you look at the game plan and how they attacked, it was really good for McDaniel and Tua. Take what the defense gives you, get chunk yards with the run, and when the explosive plays present themselves, make them. And they did make the explosive plays when they present themselves. L-Pad's right. 17 points on the board due to poor safety play alone. Now, would they have scored if Marcus May would have stopped Ray Davis at the 43? I don't know, but you would have lived to see another day. Would they have scored if Josh Allen had a negative play instead of a 2-yard touchdown because Marcus May squared him up and made the tackle? I don't know, but at least you would have lived to see another down. And Jordan Poyer. You know what the worst part about the Jordan Poyer thing is? This is what the worst part of it is. When you look at the fact we would have had time on the clock. If you make that stop instead of taking the unnecessary roughness, you got 54 seconds on the clock. They punt it. You probably got about, 45 seconds? You got 45 seconds to try and take a shot and get in field goal range. And Odaris, that's the thing, right? Basically, they have to re-sign Holland. That's the thing. It's become a catch-22 situation. Holland can't stay available, but he's just proven how much of a commodity he is to this. Now, this is a very, let's have the conversation here for a second. This is a very good safety class. All right. Led by Malachi Starks. Right? It's a very good safety class. You got Nick Amanawari. You got Keon Sabb. Malachi Moore. Xavier Watts. Rod Moore. Lathan Ransom. It's a decent safety class. And we've been scouting a lot of Georgia games. Is it Carson Beck or is it Malachi Starks? Food for thought, huh? Food for thought, huh? But, yeah. Is what it is. I'm not sure with all of his injuries I would re-sign Holland for big money. Problem is what the market's going to demand. Athletes first. I've been saying this for 2 years. Notice whenever they talk about young safeties in the NFL, whether it's CBS, ESPN, or whatever, Javon Holland, even when he has been playing well, has always been mentioned on those top 5 lists. Athletes First has done a good job of keeping his name in analysts' mouth. He's gonna have a robust market. You're gonna get a 3rd-round comp. And Brian, you can say NFL teams don't value safeties at all. But then I say to you, why did Antoine Winfield just sign for $20 million? Just saying. It's the older guys. Like Justin Simmons is 30. It's the guys in their 30s they don't care about. But the guys in their 20 on their first contract, they're getting paid if they're good enough. So we'll see. I mean, one thing Greer can turn around and always say is he knows how to draft safeties. That's an argument he can say to anyone. So, it is what it is. Guys, like I said, this episode is sponsored by BetUS. Go over to betus.com right now. Use promo code YouTube150, YouTube150. Get your first 3 deposits matched by 150% up to $2,000. Just please remember to gamble responsibly. 24/7 customer service. Some of the quickest payouts in the industry. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the episode. I will be back tomorrow with Richmond and ball game. We'll see you on the next one. Fins up all day, every day, and enjoy election night, my American friends.